Morning, Jules here. Welcome to my channel. So what we're doing is we're doing a journal page, a pop-up flower. Now I've put this in my Take and Create folder where I put all my bits and pieces. It's my ideas journal, and I've put that in there. I've done this before. I've done it more so in cards, but I have seen it done in a journal and with the book page, and that's what I like. Somebody on my it was Linda, posted some of her journal page spreads, and she had one of these on. A lot of people were asking how she did it, and she just said look it up, you know, pop-up flowers. So what I decided to do was to do one, and it folds nice and flat, and I've made these out of book page. So I'm going to put one in this there. It's gessoed. So what you need is you need 7 square pieces, sheets of paper. Now these, I've done these as 4x4. It was just, it's a small book, as you can see. So I cut the bits off that were like stuck in, and I cut it to 4, and then I cut it 4 again. So what we do here is we fold these corner to corner. Don't worry if you don't get them right, because you're cutting petals out. And then you fold them in half, so you've got another triangle, and then in half again. And then you get your scissors and you cut out a petal shape. And then when you open it, you should have 8 petals like that. Cool. So we'll carry on with these. So I'll fold them all up first, and then we'll cut them. So corner to corner, in half, corner to corner, and then in half. And if you want, you can burnish them down. I'll burnish them down, so that's 1. Now, what I will do is I will go away, fold these up, and I'll come back when we're ready to cut out the petals. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back. So we've got 5 of these. So you want them roughly round about the same. So I'm just going to draw around them. Make sure that you get your folds and your edges the right way. Doesn't matter if they're not all perfect. Put these. All these flowers. And they should be roughly round about the same size. That one's a little bit bigger, so we'll put that bigger. And these are all roughly about the same size. Okay. So what I went out is I want some red ink. A red blending tool, just looking for some Bandeau, abundant coral, aged mahogany, okay, so I've got some Bandeau spritz, that's pink, aged mahogany, too pink, that's bronze. These are Make a Misters, so that's Make a Mist Gold. Might have a little bit of that on. We've got a little bit of Bandeau, the Distress Stain. So what I want to do now is I want to use the just want to ink around the edges. And I'm just inking the creases as well. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to cut one of the petals out. So there's only 7 petals left. So the little single petals that we've so what we want to do is we want to single petals we will use on the page, but now what we need to do is we need to join the 2 petals together. So what I do is I turn one over and fold it up like that. And then let it dry. We've got fruit flies flying about, they're a nuisance. That one over. Okay, so now we've got 7 flowers. So we put one there, we'll put a little dab of glue there and a little dab of glue there, and we match the petals up like that. Like that. Oh. Then we put a little bit dab. Wrong one. Put the 3 back up there. And then that one, and that one. And the last one goes there. And then what you need to do is you really need to let it dry, because these are the ones that's going to go on the page. Like that, and it's going to open up. So just let that dry. And come to your page, and if you want you can just put it down like that, easy peasy. However, I want to do just a little bit of ink work. I'm going to use a little bit of this splatter. And you can see that I haven't covered the full page with gesso. It's fine. But we will wipe that up and put that there. And what I am going to use is I'm going to use a little bit of this is the Bando Distress Spritz, so it's a little bit duller, which is nice. So it gives it that I'll just let it run a bit, and because it's all red, I should have really dried it between, but I'm going to dry this one off. So then what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a little bit of this is the Bordeaux, and just inking the edge of the page gently. And we're just putting a little bit of dark Okay, just close this door. Alright, again, so it's just my husband's coming, so the dog's gonna, once she realises that he's in, she'll start barking. And you can see that that will go quite nice. Yep, there she is. Now what I do want to do is I want to do a little bit of resist. So I'm just wetting that a little bit. And then we're just wiping it. Right, 2 seconds. Sorry about that, was my husband bringing me a coffee and a piece of cake. So what I'm doing is I'm just lifting some of that, as you can see. And it's I'm just using any stencil. I'm not going to lift it from everything because some of it's got gesso on and it'll stay. That'll be slightly different colour on the gesso. And there you can see. But what I do want to do is do the same pattern but on the bits. So we've got kind of like a reverse. You can see. And this has got a bit of still got a bit of the distress stain on it, so I've just revamped it a bit with a spray of water, as you can see there. So if we can find that one there, can match it up. There you are. And now what I want to do is I want to put a bit of, what's this one? Copper Shine. I am going to dry this off first. Okay, now these have their own sponge and this should be damp. And that's it. Now I was going to do that one, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do the think I'll do this one again. These I get from Temu. They don't have any names. I just look at stencils. I go onto Temu, look for stencils, and if I like the look of it, I order it. They're not dear, so alright. And I'm not doing the whole stencil, I'm just doing bits of it. Do a bit of this here. And that'll do nicely. Just and these are Cosmic Shimmer metallic gliding polish. You can use them on stencils, you can use them to colour things in. I've got a couple that have dried out and I've managed to, I just put a bit of boiling water and close it up and then shake it, and it kind of revives it. It's because it is water based. If it was anything else based, it wouldn't. Now these are going to go to the wash, and so is that. Now what I want to do here, now I think, now this shouldn't be snow, that's not stuck down. So for some reason it's not, it is. So that's what that's going to look like. Now what I want to do is I want to put a bit of gilding wax on the edges. So before I do any of that, I'm just going to mix a bit of water on that. And it doesn't matter and then I'll do it that way. So what I want is I just want a tiny bit of glue. Tiny bit of glue. It's a great big glob. And then that will go over there. it pulls it out like that. So we'll fold it back up. Yep. Well, no, it's not going to do it. Right, okay. So what I've done is I've made a mistake somewhere, and I'm just, I think I've just stuck it down. When I've been sticking it down, the glue's seeped through and gone elsewhere. That's what's happened. So I think I've just unseeped it, unstuck it. So there we've got the, that's better. Now what I want is, I want give thanks with a grateful heart. I'm looking for my gold ones. Our souls are the same. Alright, you raise me up. That's kind of when it's a pop-up. So we'll put that one here. So when you're sticking your petals down, just make sure that the glue doesn't seep through. That's what happened, and I just had to, I was lucky, I was able to just prise it apart. So and I'm going to put this one here as well. Now the flowers, I've put gold around the edges. Now you can put glitter and all sorts in them. You can, you know, before you fold them up and put them together, you can draw stamens or whatever, anything you want with them. But I think what we might do is we might put a little bit of see what this is like. So we've got some Dovecraft's 3D pearl effects. So we'll do, just probably won't show so much on the camera. And I can't close it now until this is dried. So that's it, got the little bits in, and if you wanted you could do and I think what we're missing is a little bit of text. So that's what we'll do, is a little bit of text. Don't want it perfect, just Shoved it in that gold, shouldn't have done that. And I'm just, yeah, that's better. So I like that. So there we are. So you can have a journal page. This is my art book. I can't close it up because I've put the 3D effect pearl in. But as you can see, I did it was just the cream and the white page, and I just did the browns, but you can do them any colour and they look quite pretty. So as long as you've got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and one in the middle, 7. If you wanted, you could carry on and have like a one that went right across the page, but I think that's just quite nice. And you could, I can't close it, you could have it in sort of like a little booklet in your journals. Pop-ups are always a lovely surprise in a journal, especially if you're giving it as a gift. So I hope you get something out of this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.